Yes, sir.
Can you hear
I
me
can hear
now?
you now.
Can you hear me now?
No, this
Oh,
isn't Verizon.
It's now Sprint.
this is all make believe. It's not real. It's all a lie. All right, we are live, ready to play. Everybody in. Looks like making sure everybody's connected for the Monday Night Trolls Are Us gang. Scary times, right? You guys aren't scared? I'm not scaring you enough? Okay. All right. I see how it is. Well, we're missing Crewcast tonight, so we will play the peg leg barbarian as best we can. It's difficult to play him. You just kind of point him in a general direction and say go smash. Pretty easy there. Let's all right, guys. Looks like everybody's in, everybody's connected, looks good. We'll do our introductions and we'll get this game started. Mar, you're up first then.
Mar is your ever bouncy, happy fun time archer of Glad. Yeah. He hails from the Mirror of Dead Men and is on a adventure of just pure adventure.
Adventure and excitement. Tomb.
Toonlock, your Air Genasi rogue. We're traveling with these guys to make a living for my family, and I like to do it from the back with the stabby stabby.
Right. Anelius.
Nelius. Excuse me. Nelius is a half-elven wizard bard, comes from the Candlekeep area, is in search of great knowledge and missing family and friends.
And Kaz.
I play Kaz, our dwarven war cleric, and I'm interested in finding some sort of destruction orbeez.
Well, it just so happens to be the case that you think you might know where one's at. So we will recap real quick. The group will have come out from underground after decimating most of the temples of the elemental cultist, made their way up to Yartar was going to try to fix Crew and get rid of his donkey ears and his peg leg, but Crew has decided that he wants a mahogany bear leg made, so he's bartered with a craftsman in the town area to make him a leg to fit on his stump to be able to, I guess, continue on.
Bear the weight.
Yeah.
He's also looking for a leather worker to make himself a new loincloth.
Loincloth, that's right. That was next door. Let's see. Nilius was in the midst of going to go back to barter and find out if a scroll maker, magic shop guy has some divination scrolls. Let's see. Toonlock went on into the tavern. What was the name of that tavern? I'm going to miss it. It doesn't matter. But anyway, to help discover and find out what was going on with the guild here, and discovered that there was a devastation orb that was been discovered and on the market, and decided that the group was going to barter for it with the help of some of the other local people involved, and get this thing and travel to the tomb where it was being kept, dispatched of the other clan, the Kraken Society agents who were there to thought they had brokered the deal with another agent from the rogue group, and y'all ended up killing them, and a bad dude, what was that guy? What was a Gald, which we actually it's how do you say it? Sahwagin? I forget how it's how do you say those damn names?
Like Sanguine or something?
Sanguine, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. And then that's where we will pick up where we kind of left off. You hadn't really done any search of the area and all that, but you killed everybody. That's for certain. As always with this group, it's just kill first, ask questions later. So with that
Seems to
being,
work for us.
yes, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, a short and sweet, to the point recap. So, with that being said, as you stand over the last body of the veteran that was just pummeled to death by you, what are we doing?
Loot bodies.
Exactly.
Well, let's see. As far as what they really had on them, it's going to be some gold. Let's see. Total of the gold found, just normal stuff, was 80 gold pieces between them all. But there was another thing that you see in here was the crypt, in the sarcophagus, and they were over that.
They were trying to pry open the lid, or weren't
They were trying to pry open the lid, but there's other urns, and there's some casts and some couple old wooden chests laying on the ground. They just kind of stepped over and looked through, but they were really focused on getting this sarcophagus open.
All right, let's get it open then. I'll since Crew's stronger, I'll give him like a guidance or whatever.
Make me a strength check. Crew needs some help. I think he was helping you with advantage. You can roll that again.
Oh, okay.
I also give him a little ditty to give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh, Crew's still not. He's not quite working the strength there for some reason.
What's your bardic inspiration? Is it still 6?
D6. Yeah, I'm never going to be above that.
You got up to a 13.
Well, it's just that's the issue. They were prying away at this thing, and apparently Crew's not having as much luck either. This thing doesn't want to open up.
I want to check and see if there's any like latches or locks or anything like that on this sarcophagus.
Give me a perception check, investigation check, whatever you feel comfortable with. Trying to sneak your way through.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with either of those, but you want that tower straight up?
No, straight up, you're fine. Yeah. You can't really determine anything. You see it's definitely a lid on this sarcophagus, but from what you're telling and looking, you don't think there's any traps there, and you don't see why you can't open it up. It's very perplexing. Dun, dun, dun.
Crew Cash smashed the lid?
I'm going to check the urns and stuff around instead of just focusing on the sarcophagus.
All right, so you've got some urns kind of around to the north, and then there's, like I said, a couple up top. They look like they're just old flower urns, pots and all that. And then, like I said, in the back corner, behind one of the urns, is a plain-looking wooden chest.
I'm going to go over there and inspect that.
It looks like it doesn't belong here. It doesn't look dirty. It doesn't look too old. There's no spider webs on it. Yeah, it's what you see when you approach it.
All right, so I'm gonna pick it up and
It's kind of heavy.
check it over.
Yeah, there's something in it. Heavier than dirt or dead flowers.
So
Doesn't have a lock on it.
okay, I'll open it up and look inside.
There's an orb in there.
Hey guys, I found it.
Yes, in there you find what looks like a round orb. It is, what did we call this one?
It was the fire one, I think.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, it's definitely of kind of a golden, and yellow. It's definitely, you think that almost looks like as though fire kind of flickers across the surface of it and all that. And let's see. Let's go to. I don't know if we have a picture of one. No, really don't. Okay. But, yep, that is an orb. And you kind of know that you don't want to rough it up any. That would be bad. And that's it. That's all that's in that box.
So don't give it to Mara Crewcash. Gotcha.
Don't go bowling with it. That might not work out in your favor. But anyway, that's nothing else. The rest of this tomb, what you're seeing is old. It hasn't been used in quite some time. Nothing else out of the ordinary stands out. Pretty plain looking. Searching, kind of looking at it, looks like this belonged to some type of minor lord and lady, and this sarcophagus and all that actually looks like could be big enough for two people to be in. So, but it isn't open. They'll just, for whatever reason, can't seem to get that lid pushed off of it. But you do have the orb.
That's all
Can I
we're
check
after.
the sarcophagus for any magical reasons?
You can roll me an Arcana check if you'd like. You're picking up mainly just the orb. Doesn't seem to be anything else emanating or coming from off the sarcophagus at all.
Mara, would you give us a hand and try to open this sarcophagus? We have slippery, greasy hands for some reason.
Now, is there anything on top of the sarcophagus?
Just
I'm seeing an axe on the picture.
Yeah, it's just an engraving. That's all that is. Yeah.
So
Can
it's
I
n-
have
it's
This
not,
is a third party map. There wasn't a map with this, so
Mar will lick all his fingers so they're not greasy, and then give his attempt.
There you go, please.
was that your strength check right there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's up, DJ? So you you're able to push it, kind of slide it off a little bit, and sure enough, inside are the skeletal remains of what looked to be a lord and a lady, buried in, with each other, and they're quite old, quite musty.
Are they dwarves?
No, they're not dwarves.
Mara's gonna look to Kaz and be like, "Are these the dwarves we're looking for?"
These are not the dwarves we are looking for. And I'll wave my hand.
Nope. There's nothing else outstanding in this tomb at all that y'all find. Except for the dead bodies and now this wooden cask that has the orb in it. The question is, what do you do with the orb?
We'll
I
definitely
will
hold
put
on to the orb. I don't know.
that
who
in
wants
the
to.
party sheet. Let's see, where is the devastation orb? Boom. All right.
I don't think anybody really wants to carry it, but I mean, I'll leave it on my horse. How about that?
probably not a good idea. Because, could get stolen.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
We could find a deep lake and throw it in.
I don't know. We need to like find somebody that would actually know what it is, or how to prevent it from like devastating.
No, only thing you got from Noreen, who had, was going to be helping you acquire it and doing all that, that it's unstable. It's, it's in this wooden cast for a reason. And you actually, it's got, a containment of water around it also, what I forgot to mention, because it's, it's trying to keep it from being banged around and, jostled a lot. And, there was, their mage from the hand of the Yartar identified it as a powerful weapon of a fire magic, and knows that took the orb from from a battle. If you remember, there were some orange robed cultists that were nearing the town, and the soldiers of Tribor and all that had encountered them, and a fight ensued, and that's how the orb was acquired. But she didn't say anything about what you were supposed to do with it, though.
Did we recognize those orange robes as like fire cultists that we've encountered before? No.
Y'all, well, they
we
didn't.
We didn't see the fight.
Yeah, this was fight. This was fight before while y'all were down there ravaging. Gotcha. But it lines up. But the description from what you're hearing and what you saw while you were down there dealing that, it was some of the fire cultists. And the question is what to do with this thing. In the wrong hands, it's an issue. The question is get it to those in the right hands. Who would the right hands be?
Ours, for now.
Just need to make sure that we tell Mar it's not a basketball.
Correct.
It's good to know that like water will it seems like water is detecting it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of put in there to kind of bob a little bit, and it's got some wax around it too to kind of help deaden it if sloshing around hitting anything. And it's said only other thing that's what you're kind of seeing off the surface. It's a little warm to the touch too. Go figure. And that's about it. And the hand of the Yartar, they just wanted to sell the thing. They just knew they could make some money off of it. But y'all now are the proud owner of a devastation orb.
Well, it might come in handy when we're massacring things in the underground.
Yeah, it's got to be worth something to somebody down there that could get us out of something.
Well, we'll see. I guess we head back.
Okay. Yep. You head back to Yartar. Whee! Let's get y'all back on the map here. All right. We'll come back in, and it's fairly late too. Or actually, I have to say early. So spending time in the travel and all that, it's getting, it's very late in the evening, early morning, still dark.
Head back to our rooms?
That's right. You stayed at the White Wing Griffin. No, actually, not the Pearl-Handled Pipe was the name of the lovely establishment that y'all took up in, and I believe that was right. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
That's the one. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. Y'all can make your way to your rooms and get yourself a rest in. Another long rest. No way. Say it's not so. Here, I'll unlock tokens so y'all can move freely on your own. Drooper
Now it's
flap.
gonna be like, how many days was it for Crew's leg again?
A good bit of a week. It's gonna be
Yeah,
some
we were going to
time.
do some downtime here.
Yep. Nilius has got some scroll shopping.
And there was a robe of useful items or useful things.
Robe of
Whatever they're
useful items. That is right. And I can't remember
patches.
why. That's a
Which
good one.
I'm actually quite familiar with, but I'm not sure how much my character knows about it.
Let's see. I had what was interesting. Robe. There it is. I wonder why I couldn't hit it here. So it looks something like this.
Yes, usually it has patches of daggers and stuff on it, and then it has a couple special items. All right, so it's morning.
Yes.
I guess I'll head off to. Can't remember which stall it was. One of those.
The orange, yes, exactly one right there. Yeah, where you come up to the circle, where the 5-foot circle is, the orange one or the gold, right there. That was your magic time. And y'all walk on in, and the purveyor, and he goes, "Oh, we're back. I just happened to find find a few of those items that you were requesting. Just happened to have a couple, not many, but
Excellent.
it would be in my best interest to make sure, if I wasn't a good salesperson and good scroll keeper, not to have a few in that." And so he was able to rummage through, and he's got five scrolls that will vary in price, but he's got one of an arcane eye. He's got one of blur, because you were looking for divination scrolls, I believe, is what he remembers.
Divination mostly, but there was a few others that I had thrown to you.
Expeditious retreat, mage armor, and tongues.
All right, and how much would these go for?
Well. That's those are tough to find, and he these are hard to, some of these are kind of hard to come by, but most of the uncommon spells and all that, they're, the lower levels, the second level, stuff like that, are going to be 200 rough. It fares about 200 gold a piece. But the arcane eye, that one, is a hard one to come by. He's going to need at least about 450 for that. And tongues, he could part with that one for about 350, he thinks.
I can throw down, let's see. I can throw down 100 gold if you need it for something, Nilius.
Well, now y'all also have a bunch of stuff in were we going to sell off? You've got a ton of things in the party sheet to look over.
Yes, we were going to try selling those things off. We need to pull out the devastation orb. I guess I'll put it on my sheet for now.
Okay. And if there's anything in any of your inventories that you want to get rid of, and I'll let Crew later on, he can go through his next time, just in case he looks like he's pretty good on everything, to remove stuff. But you can drop it into the party sheet and she'll get rid of it.
Yeah, we should at least, everybody just make sure you have one balloon pack, because we had enough for each one of us. I don't know if it's basically like a parachute or something, but...
looks like, leather balloon. It's kind of stuffed up in there, and if you
It's like a hot air balloon.
somewhat, but it's a backpack. and it will allow you to levitate. Basically, gives you the effect almost of levitating for about 10 minutes. You can float around.
I put a ring of protection from ancient Nethril in the
Mm-hmm.
parcel items there. However, I don't believe it has any value listed on it, so you'll have to figure that out, I guess.
It says cost is rare. It's a good question. And do I have ability?
Does that count as a normal ring of protection, or because we don't actually fight
special
enemies
reward.
of ancient Netheril, do we?
Which is why I want to sell it.
Yeah, that's all it's good for. Yeah, it's.
If anyone has to fight one of the, send anything from there, it's pretty good. But
Just trade it for a regular one.
Let's see. It's rare, so that's going to be. Might have a little. Okay. Is that it? Now, do you want to sell? You want me to go ahead and sell all this stuff to divvy the money out to everybody?
yes, please.
I've also got 2 shiny rocks in my inventory.
Let me see. Shiny rocks.
They're right under Resor.
They have no description on them, so that may have just been
And-
some shiny rocks that you picked up.
I don't remember picking up any shiny rocks.
There was
Absolutely.
there was I want to say it was like along with the crystal stuff, there were just some shiny rocks that were fake gold like type stuff,
Ah,
yeah, but you wanted the shiny rocks, you thought they were going to be needed for something. Yes. All right, so you got bamboozled. Anyway, if everybody's got all their stuff, let's see what happens here. Now the golden mass, those are, see, the bottled breath. Now that was, this bottle contains a breath fellow in the air. When you inhale it, you exhale it or hold it. When you hold the breath, you gain the effect of a gust of wind spell. Oh, so that's actually does have a price to it. Let's put that at.
unless, of course, Anelius wants it because it was given to. I found it and was like useless for me. So
Nilius,
I'll take a second one, I guess.
There's one left in the. Okay. The gold mask. Now, those were from one of the cultists and all that. But the question is, they never really gave us a cost. So they're cheap. Cheap gold.
melt them down.
Boom. All right. The party sheet is now empty.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
All right, and I'm interested in these scrolls, and I'm also interested in that robe you showed me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pitch in to help with that if he wants.
Mar helped out with technically the price on that the other day.
I'll pitch in to help too. It's alright, it's all good. Like, we don't really have much more to spend our gold on anyway, so. Although I would like to try to, the downtime activities, and I have, my feature Mercenary Life that allows me to live comfortable life, or at least roll on some stable, I don't know.
Okay.
But that'll worry about that later.
All right. So let's see.
After we deal with this, I have something I want to deal with as well. So
Yeah, that's okay. So, which item were you wanting to discuss and look at again?
It was a robe of useful
Yep.
items.
He's got it's the robe is sitting there, and it looks like it's been worn a little bit, and it doesn't, it has a few patches on it. It doesn't have. It looks like it has. Some of them have been used. Just so you know.
Yep.
And he, was, I believe we'd looked at this before, but by chance, I don't remember what I quoted out my price to you was. I want to say it was, 1,500 gold pieces?
Oh, no.
No,
This
that was for the orb. Yeah, this was like 500, right?
Yeah, that was much closer to what we were talking about.
What orb do you speak? I don't remember an orb.
No, you were talking about 500.
500
Yes.
for this robe? Oh, that's a steal. I don't know if I could sell it for that.
Well, it's clearly been used.
That it has. It has seen some better days, but it is, such a glorious magical item. 500 seems awful low, don't you think? Surely one of yourself could, understand the usefulness of this item and its true value and worth.
I understand its worth, but as it's been used, its worth to me is a little bit diminished.
Oh, good sir. I could part with it for more than 600. Truly, you see its value.
I might consider it for 550.
If the 550 is all that you go, but then my scrolls, I can't do much for you on them because they'd be hard to replace. Parting with this robe, 550 it is. Fine.
What are you thinking for the total on these robes? Not these robes. These
well, it depends on which ones you want.
I'm actually interested in all of the ones you just presented to me.
Oh, wow. Now, so yeah, he was calculating in his head, and he's thinking, he does kind of licks his tongue. He's got a little pencil, it looks like a pencil, and he rubs his tongue on a little bit with arcane. That's a 450 for that one, and there's 350 for the tongues. The blurs and all those were only worth about 200 a piece. Plus you're driving me a hard bargain on the robe at 5. It just hurts me to give it away for that much. 8. Total looks in about 700-800, and that's 14, 19. Yeah, if you were to take them all off my hands, we're looking at about 1,900 gold for everything.
For everything, 1,800.
Oh, I can't. It has to be. You're asking me. You're taking a good bit of my stock away from me. It's going to take me a long time to bring this back up to full. And some of these,
You're getting a lot of money.
Oh, I know, but I'll have to spend it, and I'm not going to be able to get a good return on that.
Oh, perhaps I would be able to help build up your stock with scrolls later.
Wish I did, sir, but I don't know you. You're not from around here, I can tell. None of you are. Especially the hobbled one I've seen blomping around here. With this scaly friend that flies around. And the other one's got a wild eye about him. I don't think he's playing with a full deck. What's your final offer, sir? Give me your final offer.
1,850.
All right, fine. 1850 it is.
I'll pay for half that for you, Emilius. I'll pay $9.25.
Thank you.
All right, so let's put boop, bloop. All right, in the party sheet. Oh, I got to identify them too. Damn, man, Anish, you got to work on this. You should be able to identify these. Let's see. All right, the scrolls are there in the party sheet. And let me see. Come here. Dungeon Master, magic item, robe. A robe of useful items. Okay. So you get, but it is missing. It should have 2 of each of those, and let's see, that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I want you to take me a D6, and
Yes.
you're going to roll the D6, and whichever one it comes up will be one of the patches it's missing. Okay, so it's missing one of the steel mirrors. And roll it one more time. If it's a 3, we'll re-roll it. No, try again. We won't. Well, why are you rolling 2?
Apparently rolled twice. I don't know why, but
Either roll it again or I'll take the 5.
5's fine.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one of the ropes. Okay, so let's. Okay, so. All right, let's do this. It's times 2, times 2, times 1, times 2, times 1. Okay. So I have a robe of useful items in the party sheet that you can drag over to your inventory. And now, when you open that up, you've got, when you use one of them, when you edit, you can edit the item, and down there you'll see where I've got each one of the. When you use one, you can just take off the times 2 to make it times 1, and then when it's not there, when those are gone, you can remove that whole line item for the deal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No, thank you, good sir. You drive a hard bargain.
Well, I'm sure you're good for it, and we'll probably be back for more later.
Well, hopefully you get a few more good caravans to come through here and doing our business. We think, get rid of all these scoundrels and other things that have been happening, in and around the area. Hopefully we'll be able to definitely build my supplies back up again. But I do thank you, and have a good day, sir. Unless there's something else that you wanted from me.
What I'm looking for, I don't think you'll have. I'm interested in procuring a herbalism kit.
It's going to be with... Now those should be readily available, right? Those are in party.
Yes.
Yeah, you could pick one of those up with just the regular cost. Easy. In town. I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you. And during downtimes, I want to be trying to learn it.
Learn how to use it? You talking about the kit?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. A little downtime. All right. So Anilius is got his self situated for a few days. What about Kaz? What about you? You're wanting to do what now?
I use my mercenary life to make some money, I guess.
Mercenary life. Let's take a look here.
I think there's tables in either the Xanathar's Guide or the DMG or
One of them
something that allows you
says
to
downtime activities. PHB says, let's see. Down. Between adventures, downtime activities, crafting, practicing your profession. Yep. So you can work between adventures, allowing you to maintain a modest life. Pay you a gold per day. This benefit lasts as long as you continue to practice. Yep. So while we're doing that, let me see what else I've got here in the storyline that could provide you with a little deal. What about Mara? What about you? What the heck are you doing with all this going on?
Probably eating cheese rolls.
And bouncing on bed.
Yes, bouncing on beds, probably making the innkeeper quite upset.
I see. Okay.
He lives a simple life, but a happy life.
All right. Well, I'm trying to see what else we got here. All right. Crew cash is waiting on the leg, and it's pretty much the standard there. Toomlock, what about you? What trouble are you getting into?
Well, Toomlock is going to go to the local guild and apply for permission to ply his trade. So he's not stepping on any toes.
Right, and they know who you are and the dealings that we had with the orb. True.
That's correct.
Okay.
So he's just going to go seek permission to apply his trade while he's in town.
And what type of work are you looking to ply your trade with? What would you...
Procurement.
Sure. Well, didn't you they just, so Noreen, knowing, she's keeping a low profile and all that, but some of her underlings are still around, and they, you did just procure something and did quite well at it, we hear.
Well, procurement of the free type.
Well, in this area, I want to see, one second. Where the hell is it? I'm trying to find. I know there's one thing I'm trying to find for y'all to go do. Okay, so during all this time, as the week drags on, and Ilias is working on his kit, and you are trying to, determine in and around town, that which you may pilfer, so to speak.
Procure.
Also, the dwarf, you've heard a couple rumblings and coming from a couple other dwarves such yourself that have passed through, and some of the it's not really mercenary work you're doing, but it's some guarding. There's really this up here side of town, unless it's dealing with pure horse trade, livestock trade, stuff like that. Life has been kind of boring here. They outside of what y'all just kind of dealt with, but what you definitely have been picking up on a couple of instances, both of you, was there continued talk, and every now and then there comes up about an old dwarf kingdom of Besselmer, Besselmer, Besilmer, and it has talked. There's been a few times where some other adventurers and a few dwarves have come through. People have gone off and searching for this ruin from this. It was kind of a dwarven kingdom. But it was kind of, some of it was kind of above ground and below ground, but it's down south. If you leave Yartar, you got to head south into the Desserin Hills. So let me bring up a map for y'all. I don't want the... I don't think... Now... Depending on the map, so... Y'all have Yartar, where y'all see this, where the... You know where that's at. You see where the yellow square is at. But... There have been several adventures and some other stuff that have come out of the hills area that talk about somewhere here have been this, searching for and possibly a great axe of some kind. And it's come across your radar a couple times if y'all have been in town.
Interesting.
Now, you, as far as some, as practicing your trade, living the good life, I mean, yeah, so you could make yourself a little money. How many jobs did you want to do? A few gold a day, while you're just kind of, keeping your...
I'm pretty sure there's like a downtime table or a work table somewhere. Either Xanathar's Guide tables or...
yeah, hold on, let me find
it. On the DMG, I'm not sure.
Let's see. Down... let's see if I can just bring one up. No, I don't want that. I'm sure there was in Xanathar's, but I need to bring it up. I didn't want to load that. Let's see. 8 hours. Okay, so while you're practicing your profession, without having to pay you can work between adventures, allowing you to maintain a modest lifestyle without having to pay the 1 gold per day. So it's basically you're just practicing, and unless you want to try to find something to make some money at, but the rest of it is that you're not out work. The inn will have a little work for you. You can go through, you talk to the mayor of the town. He's got a few things for you, but as far as bigger work and all that, it's just going to be enough to ends to kind of pay what you need each day to settle up your bills. Really. I don't see, I'm looking for another table here though. Downtime usage. Now eventually, I wonder if they've got something wrong. Yeah, I don't.
Like there's in the secondary table in the references, there's like this adventures table that you can roll on.
In the DMG?
Yeah, in the Xanathar's Guide. I'm actually looking through the references.
Oh, you want me to load it? Hold on. I'll load it. Let me close this map a second here.
Well, that's for adventures, but I'm pretty sure I've seen somewhere for like different jobs and skills that you can do now, or different.
Yeah, I was trying to Google it real quick to see what I could find, and I'm not finding. There was Unearthed Arcana had something. Did you just roll? What table's that from?
Yeah, it's the table that's in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything. It's under secondary tables, but it's in the reference, not the tables menu. It's weird. They've got like arcane matters, crime, punishment, supernatural events, tragedies, war, weird stuff.
Yeah, because I'm seeing that some of the stuff here. Yeah, it was an unearthed arcana, which has now made its way over to Xanathar's, which is what you're rolling on. Because I'm looking at the complications and crafting, all the different things that you can do there, and then there's gambling, resources, relaxation, research, spell stuff. That's for crafting, training, work. Okay, so when all is filled, can turn to a honest trade to earn a living. So there's this.
Yeah, I'd like to like roll on one of those tables or something. That sounds fun. Like each day we're here, if we're not like doing a quest or something.
I'm trying to see. There's really not much. Let me look at the Xanatar. We may have to do it there because that's let me load that up. We'll just roll it off there because this one just shows you've got some work difficult. You would just make some extra gold for the week, but then you could have a percentage that there would be a complication from one of your employers that they wouldn't want to pay or something like that. And there you can do pit fighting if you wanted to get into that.
There's one for religious services.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. If you wanted to try to have that, there's gambling. Brewing, we're not talking about. Crafting, we're not. Carousing, that's what you're wanting to do. That's actually going to be tomb. So, tomb wants to carouse and go pilfer.
Procure.
I know. I'm gonna get you in trouble. That's what it is. You see.
I'll try to like craft too with my my whatever skill if they have a table for that. With my smith's tools, maybe I'll craft some like basic swords and just sell them for the party.
Okay. Craft an item. So roll me a D8. 4. Okay, so you're apparently you got a little sloppy one day, and you kind of turned your back while you were doing some work and trying to just making some regular armor and working on that, and your tools were stolen from you, forcing you to go buy new ones.
Who knows? Maybe it was Toomlock having some fun.
Yeah, Toomlock's having some fun with you, maybe. So while you're having to deal with that, yes, you're going to have to repurchase your tools here.
We'll do that.
Yeah, and so carousing, we're going to see. Are you wanting to do some low class, some middle class, or some upper class carousing, Toomlock?
Let's do middle class.
Roll me a D8. Did you roll it? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So yes, so your bravado and around and your insights, trying to put your insights into finding who that perfect procurement individual or family would be. One of the particular obnoxious ladies of town has taken a romantic, intense interest in you, and is searching for you during the days. As you have moved around a little bit, looking for you, and is asking for you every day at the different ends, and is just smitten with the blue complexion and how you look as when the sunlight glints off of you. at certain times, and it's pretty certain that that she is the marrying one for you. And you have now, unfortunately, with that, the complication is that you're you're a little bit more well known in town, and the guild is going to let you might as of the moment you're on the radar that they don't want you on the radar for. And, and it might be best to definitely, either if you can't change color, to not get yourself in front of the eyes of other individuals and stuff like that, and the law and everything else that's going on, because this you're in the bullseye with this woman.
We can get him a wig.
Yes.
Well, that's not hard to do. I have a disguise kit.
That's right. He's gonna put it on. Well, you're gonna have to roll me a check on it, there, buddy. Let's see how just good you are with your disguise kit. Just see what's going on there. All right. Now Crew Cash has got his leg. I don't remember I'll go back and look. I honestly don't remember what the costs were on that, but I only think it was like 20, 30. It wasn't even somewhere around there for some gold and all that for his leg, and probably less than 10. I'll go back and revisit that video and all that, and we can settle up with him next week, but he can get his leg and his new loincloth that is, made to fit a little bit better now, to cover his manlinesses, and things like that. And Kaz, you'll have to spend a little time with him, take him out for a day, because with the locals, priests and healers and yourself, you're going to have to put him under and get this leg form fitted right, and kind of set so that his body won't reject it, other than the what was considered the torch stump in his leg, and having to clean that out, all this stuff to make this lovely mahogany bear leg fit and adhere to his body. You're gonna have to spend a little time doing that also.
All right, I'll be the perfect midwife.
There, there you go. Okay, now back to, while this is still going on, Tomb.
You want tower or straight up?
Oh, you can roll that straight up. Yeah, let's see how good you are at that.
Yeah, not very good. I didn't spend the 7 days necessary.
Yeah, you knowing you're having to have the guys a few times, waver off at the inn, because she comes stomping in. You'll hear her many a times coming down the street, yoo-hooing for you, calling out for you, "Where's my love? Where's my tomb?" She thinks she wants to be your wild thing. So you're doing that, but this rumor again comes across your radar that between Yartar and Belliard, there's been a few other parties that have forayed into the area to explore that, and same thing with UCAS too. There's a few dwarves that have done this also, because it is a dwarven ruin of some sort, that have gone to try to determine, to reclaim, explore these ruins, and have not found them, or because of some of the creatures that they have found in these hills or run into, they've not had a lot of luck. And most other people that go in that area kind of give this area a wide berth. They don't want anything to mess with it. But you actually, would you, Kaz, make me a history check, please? And since this is dwarven, you can roll it with the advantage. Go, Jalen, go! Go! Would you please? Not bad. Remember something that was, there was King Flame Tongue was the founder of this dwarven kingdom of Besselmer, and he did have a great axe that was forged at time and has was a very good weapon, and that there was some type of curse that befell the kingdom, and some other dwarves and part of that were able to survive this area sealed the tomb off for good measure because of the curse that was in there.
Okay, I'll share all that with the party too. All this information about that magic great axe and the Selmer and the King Flame Tongue.
Okay. What else, guys?
I'll try rolling again. What were the tables? There was the crafting table, but I think there was something else.
You had let's see, crafting items, your tools. There was carousing, but there was the religion. But I had to kind of get you tied up with needing.
Oh yeah, that's right, with crew.
With crew a little bit there. Yeah. Now, if you were, wanted to see if you could get into the little pit fighting, to get in and get a little fighting in, just a little wrestling hand to hand and non-lethal form of combat, you could get into that a little.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So, makes 3 checks. Okay, a character must make a series of checks. Opposition of the character run to. So I need 3 checks here. The first one's going to be an athletics check. This is your first fight against another surly dwarf as yourself. Ooh. An acrobatics check. Ooh. And an insight check to see if you've got them in strength and dex, but were you able to beat them enough? Not bad at all. Okay, so you're won yourself 50 gold.
Oh, cool.
In that battle.
Did I knock him out?
Are you just a good wrestling? It's not truly battles to death. This is basically just a good wrestling match, but you've done enough against this guy. This was one of the up and comers that the bets were against you. And they, if you want to go at it again, they can throw a harder opponent at you.
I might try it again sometime, but I'm satisfied with my win for now.
All right. Well, they want you to come back again. They can get you against another one of the rival houses from out of town. Since you represent Yartar well.
That sounds good.
All right. So, what are we doing then? You guys have spent a week here, kind of doing your thing. Krukash is nicely healed. Anilius got his spells, and he kind of went in around he was at the good end. The Saudi size of town and all that. Your skill sets weren't kind of really appreciated there. You were a little bit above their class, Anilius, so you stayed at the Pearl Handle Inn and you did your work there and made just a few gold pieces. I PM'd it to you in Discord. And
yep, sorry, thank you.
And and so Kaz came back a couple times, and had a little roughed up, but was feeling like he sowed his oats pretty good. And Toonlocks kind of kept his head down because
I'll put the 40 of the gold in the party sheet, or I'm sorry, 50. I'll put all 50 in the party sheet, so it'll just automatically be dispersed.
Okay. and nothing really else has come across y'all's radar up here. What are we doing? Do we have a plan? We know where we're going.
Not
Did,
exactly. I think we need more rumors and whatnot. We're still looking for those dwarves.
we have the rumor of the King Flame Tongue and that Beselmer ruins and
The
some
Dwarven
sort of-
ruins. That's right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, some magic great axe down to the south hills here. I don't know if you guys want to try to look for that or
I mean, it's something to do, I guess.
yeah. If we have enough information, we'll go out and try to do it, I suppose.
That's all you know so far.
So we don't have any like location or anything.
No, you do not yet. You haven't. Yeah, from what you're going to need to travel. You could spend time going through there, or you do know that you'd probably have to make your way back down to Bellyard maybe to find out what more is coming from there.
All right. So we'll head down to Bellyard then and see if we can figure out more about information about that. This Belsimer ruin. Ancient Dwarven Kingdom.
Toonluck's just ready to get out of town to avoid this lady.
I'm pretty sure the innkeeper is ready for Mar to get out of the town.
Yep. And so y'all are making some waves and all that, and as y'all were kind of packing up, and Kaz had done his pit fighting. One of the was a dwarf named of Gargosh, who he's a young shield dwarf from Mithril Hall, and he kind of took a liking to you, Kaz, a little bit, and he's educated and he has books, and he knows some old histories of some of the dwarves and kings and all that, and he has he's got a lot of notes and developed stuff that he has done of this whole area. He knew a good bit about some of the elemental stuff and the temples down below and where some of the buildings were and some of the ruins and all that. But unfortunately, y'all never had gotten over to Yartar to get some education from him. And y'all really didn't need it because y'all found it and laid waste to the area. But as y'all were talking and handing out, and you happened to passing to mention it to him, he has some rubbings and some old ancient stone tablets, and they kind of point him in a general vicinity. But he's got an issue, is that he wants to go. He knew that you were discussing this and all that, and he wants to do it on his own, but he's got some problem. He's got a greedy cousin named Drown and Split Shield that also wants to find the axe and keeps bugging Gargosh about joining up and giving him the information, and Gargosh doesn't want to. And also the Harpers in the area, that they are concerned about this axe and the curse and all that, and they don't want anybody going near it all. So he's kind to concerned, between his brother, his cousin wanting to get it, and the Harpers wanting to keep this axe hidden, and they have taken some steps, he says, to keep this thing hidden for a while. That he's going to let y'all know kind of where the area is at, and he gives you some more information about it. He just knows that it's more the risk and all that are more than he can be able to bear on his own, and he would stay here. If he leaves, then he's concerned that his cousin and or the Harpers will know that he may have taken off, and that would alert that someone, that there's possible, y'all, he would be headed toward the hall, and he doesn't want to ruin that for you. But if he will travel, he will go out with you for a while, but he's going to have to return. He will kind of get you pointed in the right direction, and
That sounds good.
yeah. So you got some worth there. So he's going to. He says, "I will when." Then he's going to say, "Get yourself set." He needs to leave town. If he would give him one more day, he will set out of town, and he will meet you out. He will go. You go across. You go south. He wants to go into the hills, but if we go this way, it'll take a little bit. It's a little bit more of a treacherous, to go through the hills instead of taking the roads out. But he believes that if we can get out into the valley area, then point in that right direction, he can kind of give you some of the mappings and drawings to kind of point out where he thinks the tomb will be, and then he'll return to town. But he doesn't want to, by not jeopardizing it, and set everybody off. So he said he'll meet you there the next day, and he kind of gives you a location of where he'll be, and so get yourself set, and he'll make himself, missing for a day and then come back, so not to lay suspicion on y'all. So if y'all will do that, then he will disappear, and y'all can get yourself set up, and y'all kind of the next day y'all come about and y'all head on out, and y'all cross on over. Not sure if you have some people watching you. The innkeeper appreciates you staying, and you've got a few other dwarfs, Kaz, that give you a wink, and a couple that glare at you. Some are happy to see you go, some aren't. So anytime you want to return, you probably got yourself a place to come do a little fighting and all that. But y'all travel on off, and when y'all come up to the area, you happen to see the young dwarf at the agreed upon place and time, and he looks a little upset when y'all get closer to him and all that, and he's kind of fuming, and you hear him kind of muttering under his breath, "This is unbelievable. They stole my diary. I bet I had it right out in front of me where I'd hidden it last night. I swear, you just can't trust anyone these days." And he sees you there. For a brief moment, you think you see him looking at you, thinking maybe that y'all took it, and/or, not sure if his cousins took it and all that. But it doesn't matter. I have all my notes memorized anyway. And I'm gonna, I was gonna leave and let y'all go off on your own, but I'm gonna have to go with you because it's gonna be impossible for me to draw it all out for you while. Before, I need to get back and all that. And so he kind of tells you that you're going to need to travel. There's going to be, a few ways to kind of get south from he says, we got to travel about 60 more miles south from the area here. And then we're going to go about another 80 miles southeast. And then we'll find a stone trail. He kind of starts giving you, a mix of directions, and then another 50 miles. But, he says, by looking at this and getting across, we're going to be coming into an area somewhere in here, he believes. Make sure everybody's got the map. Sorry. And he said, that's with a quick way. We may run into some trouble and some monsters or, creatures and stuff like that, unless we want to take the longer way, which is taking the road. But he just thinks that, if they've got my diary, then whoever's got my diary, they may get there quicker for us. And this is probably going to be the quickest way. It goes to the direct route.
All right, we'll go the quicker route if everybody's up for it.
Sure.
Mara goes wherever. Krukash probably wants to break in his new mahogany leg.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have horses now, right?
Yes,
Yes,
we
y'all do. Yep. Yes, you do. So he will. So y'all move on, and you begin to do your travels, and we get a full day in, and let's see if by chance we have any visitors, because we know the lovely little hut is going to come out, but no need for the hut. Even though Gargosh hasn't kind of really seen anything like that, and he hesitantly, it takes a while for y'all to get him to commit to sleeping in the little hut, your lemon hut. But he does. And y'all set out about the next day, and y'all are getting into the hills, and up ahead, kind of coming cresting, but when you come over a hill and coming down another one, you see about a dozen figures standing kind of in the field area, basically in the same path that y'all are traveling. Make me some perception rolls to see if you can discern anything about them. So yeah, you're seeing Mar definitely, and Cruz got a good look at, but Mar's definitely in his vision of Toonlock's got one. So there look to be several dwarves in leather armor, and there also seems to be a human in a wizard's robe, and five other male. There's all looking to see. Actually, I said you see half a dozen. Sorry, I said a dozen, half a dozen. Yeah, there seem to be dwarves but with a human wizard, and they all kind of don't quite. They kind of stand up and kind of draw their weapons a little bit as they're sitting there, and you see the robed fellow kind of pulls out a wand. And he goes, "Well met." He kind of calls out to y'all as y'all approach a little bit closer. Finally caught up with this, eh? Your adventure ends here, I'm afraid. You know, it's not a bad place to die, but if I was you, I would just turn around and go back the way you came.
To which I'm sure Crew Cash has a very colorful response.
Let me get a, I don't like that map. Squares on are awful bogus. How's that look? Alright, we'll do it anyway. Alright, so y'all are coming from here. And who are we missing? Okay, there's Kaz. I'll send you the map here in a second. Y'all can position yourselves kind of at the edge of the map. And our baddies are going to be what you'll see. And I will present them to y'all. Sitting there. And you see Gargosh just kind of kind of backs up a little bit. He doesn't look like he's not really armed well and all that. He's not a fighter. He's more of a dwarven lover.
We just need to get him drunk a little bit. Alright, so Let's roll some intelligence checks and see how we're gonna. What's gonna happen?
Did everybody already roll initiative? I get. I didn't even call for it yet. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, unless you wanted to talk with him first, but I know crew wouldn't. So, all right, I'll roll up. What did I roll? Okay. I rolled theirs. Droop. We're just going to set him in the back. You don't even want to mess with Droop?
No, he's been
No.
trying
Yeah.
to save Droop lately, it seems.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to put him in the back there. He's going to stay next to Gargosh.
Are we on our horses still, or what are we?
It's up to y'all. Yeah. So. You can be. I would think that you are riding.
Is attacking from a mount without the feet like disadvantage, or what is it?
I would just give you without having the skill or whatever, just at a regular attack. But I'm not going to worry about attacking the mounts and all that. I'm just going to be popping you guys if that's what you want to do. So, since we haven't really done much mounted combat before.
All right, that sounds good. We'll see how Crew Cash.
We'll start off with Toomlock then.
Does Crew Cash have his full movement with his new leg?
Yes, he does. Here, thank you. I need to change that, don't I? He's back to...
Brings it back to 40. I can fix it real quick.
Thank you.
The next thing is I want to make a magic item out of his leg.
Do what?
Create a magic item leg.
A magic item leg. Okay. All right, Toom, what are we doing?
Well, I think he's gonna go to about here and go into stealth.
Okay.
This is Kaz's one chance not to have the Crew Cash effect. He goes before him.
All right. You gonna pass your turn?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Sorry.
Just checking, Kaz.
All right, I'm gonna continue to stay on my lovely horse
Mount.
that I just recently bought. Yeah, but I will cast Bless on the party first, and then
Okay.
I will make movement to the east.
Kaz runs over here. Clippity clop, clippity clop. Okay.
Mars going to hop off his horse because he doesn't trust this thing. It doesn't like him trying to take bites out of it occasionally. And notch an arrow and ready in action depending on what happens. Mar has no idea what's going on.
Okay. What is our range on this? Okay, so they gonna get some covering. They will move over here. Get cover from the rock. Question is, Get some. You're still on your horse, right, Kaz?
Yes, sir.
All right. So they gonna hide behind a rock, but they're gonna shoot you. Where is? Okay, that's no. 22 is here. He will run here to get some cover, and looks like he's gonna give Mar a shot. Some brush line in front of him, so we'll give you some partial cover from that. Mar, crossbow bolt goes whizzing by your head.
Wait. Which one shot him?
22.
Mar would like to return fire. There you go.
You're gonna show him how it's done, huh?
Pretty much. Oh wow, that actually hit. And in fact, he's going to make sure they're very afraid of him. Mar likes people being afraid. Now let's see if they say. Oh, no, they're not afraid of Mar.
Okay. 4 will a little covering fire. Also, another one will shoot at you, and he missed. Alright, 5 will see Kaz up on the horsey, and will miss. 6 miss. 7 they will rotate over here. And does he have... he's got a line of sight on Mar. Misses. Alright, Triani.
Triani is going to fly to the top of that tree and perch.
Okay. Alright, Anilius, yourself now.
I'm going to go there. And attempt to hide.
Okay. Alright, let's see. The wizard laughs and takes... What's the distance on this thing? Okay. That's what he thought. How big is it? And drops it right on Mar. Alright, so it'll get the 4 of y'all. I'm assuming this isn't going to hurt you at all because it's a deck save. Tomb. If anything's got... But here comes with, you know it, you love it, you learn it. Anybody's got advantage on their deck saves, turn it on. Here it comes.
Should be on already.
Yeah, har. 1, 2, 3, 4. This explosion of fire. Yeah,
Look at that. Toonlock evaded.
Bastard. Alright. So, yep. Big old fireball blow up and is set alight. Yeah, but the bush that you're in is now completely engulfed in flames, just so you know. Creek Ash.
Let's see. Kukash does not like being set on fire, so he is going to run Actually, you know what? He's going to sprint all the way into their face. And then use his bonus action to enrage.
Okay.
Fine, let's get that. That he has. And that's all he can do.
All right, group, hold on. Tomblock.
All right, so Tomblock is going to go from this fiery bush to this bush here that's not on fire, and re-enter stealth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I'm going to pass my turn.
Kaz.
Alright, Kaz is going to kind of do this little thing, kind of like the Hun used to do, where he's going to run in, throw his hammer, then, like, you know, get back out at range. Like, I guess I'll end up back.
Just back. You're just going to go back and forth. Where? Okay, I got what you did.
So I'm
Okay.
going to, like, go back. Actually, right there. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
But I'm gonna swing at number 5 and use bonus action to throw again.
Yeah. Do your first movement, then do your axe, and then do your second part of your movement. Let's do it that way.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Runs in. Kamikaze. And
There we go.
Okay.
It was slow.
okay, that hurt one of them. Yeah, I should. Okay, I should have. What was the hit on? It was what were they? Oh hell! They're both okay. Never mind, because they've got cover where they're at. Just so you know, I meant to tell you to
That's
turn
why.
on. Yeah.
Well, that's why I like meant to move forward to them,
yeah.
like those, like the Hun kind of move.
They're hiding behind the rocket, but you're fine. You still would have hit them even with the +5. So or -5. Mar.
Marno like magic. So,
Hit.
let's see. We're gonna fear
Yeah,
him.
I'm
hopefully.
assuming you ignore cover.
Yes, he still
Yeah.
ignores cover.
Yeah, I know.
God, there-
oh!
Gonna try and fear him again. This is gonna work eventually, I promise. Now he's afraid of me. And screw it. We're gonna Action Surge and shoot him a couple more times.
The hell's with all these crits?
Ooh!
What the hell?
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, he gets another bonus action. Holy
I don't have
moly.
any bonus actions though. Oh well.
Or you can.
You're going to pop him. And my 4th attack. Oh wow, actually hit. Stupid magic users. And Mar's just gonna stand next to his horse, kind of eyeing it a little hungrily.
Alright. Well. Anilius, you're kind of out in the open. The bush is burning, and let me make sure you rolled. Make sure your sneak was not that. There's Cruise Rage. That's alright. It's alright, DJ. We're good here. Where is Anilius is hiding? Remember, it was like a 12 or something like that. It wasn't that good of a roll. And there's his dex. So that's the dex save. Well, that was after the kaboom. So initiatives. Then we
Yeah,
come
his high was before the kaboom.
Yeah, it was. Trying to. That's the success on the deck. But I'm missing it. Oh, there it is. Nearly a stealth 10. Okay. So let's see if they're. What was that? Oh wow, he doesn't see you. Holy moly! They don't have to shoot Mar. All right. And miss. Number 4. Does he see Annelius? Apparently he doesn't either. With all the fire and all that over there, the elf is hidden well, apparently. And so he fires at Mar. Boy, they can't hit anything. Number 5. What was your stealth roll there, Mr. Kimasabi? Let's see.
Higher than Nelius's.
Yeah, and I'm on a horse. I think he'd
Yeah,
step
but
into it.
yeah, you gotta. No, that's your deck save. Oh hell, they're all rumming in together, so I can't tell. Yeah. They're gonna. Perception, wisdom. Okay, they're just gonna shoot the dwarf again. Whee! Apparently not. No. N7. He's got more in his. Oh, he's actually got crew cash now, so he will drop his crossbow. And he has got his. He pulls out a big ass mace. And alright, so he's got pack tactics. So he'll. Yep. But it doesn't do a lot of damage. I think these guys would be better equipped, but apparently not.
One of them actually wanted to hit.
Twice, but for not much. Turiani. His tree's getting a little hot. It got a little fire on it. If you're talking, we can't hear you. Did we lose
Oh, you
him?
moved it back to droop.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay. Yep.
I guess Triani will move.
There you go. Okay. All right.
And it's my
Good.
turn again.
Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Yep.
You could have tossed Crew Cash into there as well. He probably wouldn't have cared.
Except for his brand new loincloth would probably be burnt.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's trying to keep it clean. He's trying to he sidesteps some mud puddles and all that. You know, he's proud of it. He buffs
Keeping
it.
himself looking dapper.
Yeah. He got a little cloth. He wipes the little mud speckles that get on him when he's walking around. He wants to be proud of it. All right, then you move back. All right. All right, so you can't move. We will. Poof. Poof. 1 minute he's there, and the next minute he's not. Rukash.
Krukash is upset that the person who almost burned his loincloth disappeared, so he's going to take his rage out on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mai, good to see you. Sorry, work internet is bad.
And then he's going to pop him in the face with the butt of his weapon. And that looks like it.
Tomb?
All right. I think I have enough to make it to there. Yes, I do. And I'm going to poke Mr. Thug number 5.
Okay. You bastard.
And that should be it.
Kaz.
I'll go ahead and ride in and attack this other guy here. Is it -5 from where next to Toomlock, or
Say that again now?
does he? Is it -5 or -2 for next to Toomlock from there?
No, you're behind the rock now. You're fine.
Hit. I will use my bonus action to throw it again. Crikey, it's a Bowmer hammer. And then I'll go ahead and pull up next to him on my horse, having a neigh and trying to look all thuggish.
Alright, Mar.
Well, Mar wanted to shoot the wizard again, but he disappeared, so he'll just shoot this guy instead. Oop, he missed.
Ba-ting! That hit, though.
That hit, and he'll remember his sneak attack this time. And that's it.
Sneak attack for what? Oh, because Kaz was right up on him. Gotcha.
I was shooting the guy next to Krukash.
Oh, yeah, I got to move the map down.
Mm-hmm. Alright. This guy charges.
And when he enters Krukash's range, Krukash will poke him. Oop, that was supposed to be a...
Ooh, nice though.
Oh, crap. It wasn't supposed to be critical, though, so give
It's
them
cool because
back.
you got like 2 hits. And like the first, he gets like 2 swings anyway, so you can just roll the regular damage for the second one, or the first one, and since you got the crit damage on.
Oh, he only gets 1 on his op attack.
Oh, you're right, that's right.
That'd be... take 4 off? Yeah.
Alright. From Thug 22. Okay. Done. Alright. So then he will now swing. I don't think they've... Have they hit once? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. Did I get my damn... Yeah. Okay. As that, he'll run in. Run in. Alright. And he'll turn to face Scowling brother. He'll die. Apparently, none of them want to hit. And let's see, he's at... Alright. They suck as dwarves. All right, Triani, do anything?
She will not. I will move forward. And all my spells went away. Where'd they go? There they are. I will cast Melf's Acid Arrow. Wow, I hit on a 5. And that would be it.
Okay. All right. Hold off. Crew cash.
Crew cash smash. Oh heaven, that hit. And then he'll just poke this guy right behind him in the face with the butt of. That's what you get for messing with the loincloth.
Group's fine. Toonlock.
All right. Well, Toonlock's gonna take a step forward. And stick Tinder Strike in this guy's face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't look good.
And then he'll look over at Cat and say, "Finish him off."
Yes, sir. And I'll rear up my horse and have it go no, and then I'll like try to get behind him and flank him and swing
Yep.
my warhammer.
Yep.
Not range though, just swinging it so I don't get an extra D8 on that. All right, and then I will just like kind of tip my helmet at a tomb, and then I'll head over to here. And on the way over, I'll use a bonus action to throw my hammer at this guy.
Thunk. Okay. Mar.
Mar will shoot the only thing he sees worth shooting.
Thunk.
Okay, and he recognizes Gaz as the dwarf. He knows.
All right. We're out of combat for the moment.
He can remember because I'm riding on a delicious horse. Do we recognize like these bodies from anywhere, or these?
No, you don't. Gorgosh just kind of screams out, "It has to be my cousin Dronin, the cad. I know he stole my diary because he wants the axe and all the glory for himself. We need to make haste and catch up with him."
All right, let's go. Let's keep going, I guess.
Does Traiani see anything invisible?
That's a good question. I'd forgotten that Turiani, actually a couple of y'all. He had watched, and I wish I might apologize on that. The wizard he watched the wizard run south, up and over a hill. Just basically still headed the way y'all are going, but, took off that way.
Traiani is going to go as fast as she can, kind of going that way.
Yeah, it doesn't see the guy. It doesn't see anything more unless he's decided to hide. But it's not detecting anything invisible at the moment.
Yep. Well, she's going to stay in front of us as we keep going. And
Yeah.
Looking.
So, y'all proceed to head on, but for whatever reason, you're not. The wizard has made himself scarce. Let's put it that way. So there's been no trace of him, or at least Turiani is not picking up on invisible creature anymore. Oh, what? Why did you give Erratic? Oh, that's not fair. A critical hit for Anilius when we get to that point. Okay, so we don't know why. All right. Now let me.
Thank you.
So
It'll
y'all
be a good crit. I can feel it.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. Very good.
Okay. So I'm trying to read over this a little bit. The group travels. Let's see. So we got to get through. Then let's get through the rest of and then another night of 18. No, darn. Nothing. All right, initiative. I see. So we got to rest. All right. And party travels another day into the hill areas. And you finally, with leading to the area, you find some ruins that y'all kind of stumble upon. And let me put everybody. Oh, I haven't. Ooh. 1 second. Let me grid this. I just goofed. Not been gridded. It looks like a grid was on it. There is a set grid. There it is. All right. Now we go. There's Triani and Droop. Okay. Kind of brings y'all in to the map.
Ay, caramba.
You kind of come into a ruin area, and you're seeing a lot of ruins in there, and you kind of now this is not all. It's definitely, it shows 5 feet for the squares. Each square is 50 feet. Okay, so it's going to be basically one square, depending on your movement and all that, I'll get Turiani in front of y'all, and you're going to see a little bit more here. Let me, kind of what you're seeing. And this is actually here, I'm just going to pull the mask out because you're going to be able to see Triana's going to let you kind of see what's going on. So what you kind of seeing during there, let me kind of explain. Let me put some tokens here. That might actually be helpful. We'll do... Oh boy. This has got a lot of stuff, so let me... Bear with me 1 second. Maybe oh, y'all came in from... I brought y'all in from the wrong direction. Y'all came in from area 1. Sorry. 6, 1, 2, 3... Should be 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So let me do this one more time. Go here. And came around a couple passes and areas, and then found yourselves coming up a path back to the north. Boom. And what you kind of see in front of you is definitely some ruins. Derp. Gargosh says, "We are here. I cannot believe it is my maps and my diaries are true." And he says the next step in finding what we need to be doing is to find the 4 symbols. There are 4 symbols displayed somewhere within the ruins. These symbols, he says, are keys to opening up the Flame Tongue's tomb. And that is all I know. And so he kind of y'all was kind of walking, and as he's saying this, and he's kind of making he's kind of a little pomp and circumstance, for and all that. And you've just, you're walking up this road. It's a broken stone, and it kind of, like I said, it moved around the hills and trees, and you kind of come into the ruins, and you've couple times you've what looked to have been some ruins of what could have been a stone arch, and you kind of see one in front of you now. And when you come around and look at the one there, you just happen all of a sudden this looked like a pile of of rocks and or of dirt and all that is not quite that. It is, one second. What in the hell is this? Oh, it's just a map. Oh, wow. But there happens to be, I'm not going to put that on a battle map for that. You just happen to be sitting right here, and a owlbear was kind of laying on the ground resting, and heard the talking and stood up and kind of sniffed over and looked at the group.
Ooh, I'm gonna add you to my necklace.
If y'all would like to,
I think you just want to eat it.
I think he does too. He does, doesn't he? Yep. But it doesn't look. It's just kind of. It looks like it's covered. It's looks like it's definitely got blood on its beak, and its claws and all that, and that looks fairly fresh. It just kind of they kind of jumped up, heard all that, then kind of looked back around, and then just kind of meandered back where it was. It did not charge.
Alright, so it's not being hostile,
No, it looks like it just fed.
huh? Should we roll initiative, or should if you want us to act first?
You saw the owl bear. It stood up. It saw you. It heard Gargosh, and it didn't seem to have an interest.
I'll just like ride my horse over to this area, and I'd like to look into the ruin. Does it like get all worried if I come over here? Like if there's a nest or something?
It's sniffing at you, and it watches and all that, but it's actually laid down. Whatever it got a hold of, make me a perception check since you're kind of looking at it and all. You think that they're... I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me check. Make sure I'm not going to give this away. One second. Yeah, there's a robe, tattered and torn, and it looks familiar to you from a certain mage that fled the scene an encounter ago.
All right, I
will fly really high and kind of go over the area.
Yeah,
I
okay.
would turn to the party and tell them that seems like this owlbear just ate that.
Crap, I got rid of the damn... Yeah, I apologize. I got rid of the good tokens. I wanted to at least tell you what you're looking at. So let me... 5... 6... 7... And let's see... 4... 3... Y'all came in from that, and 2. Yeah, 2's the owlbear, and y'all came in from 1, which is the entranceway y'all came in. So where you're sitting at, Tiana, where you've moved up Kazan, you kind of look in the temple area. It looks like it's mostly been tumbled down. This hall must have once, it was definitely, you recognize it as, dwarven architectural mastery. Above ground as as best could be. It's thick soaring walls, and there's high, narrow, what some of those arches still have some shattered small pieces, but there's fairly shattered of stained glass windows. Some can still be seen, but there's the rest of it has been collapsed in of this great dome that, part of it sits on top still some degree. Most of you see 4 arches in around that area, and they're pretty much intact, though the doors that were in the archways have been smashed and are falling apart. And there's also set into each arch is a narrow doorway leading to an equally narrow spiral stair. Whoa! Thanks for the follow, Blazing. Doesn't really show it well on the map, but it. There's some spiral staircase that kind of descends down, and you just, you can't see what, but you definitely know that there's the staircase is there. Over at 3, kind of off to y'all's due east there, looks to be a watchtower. It's a massive structure that once was a building topped by, looks like some type of great statue of dwarf. You're pretty certain, with an arm outstretched, brandishing what looks to be some type of great axe. A good bit of the head, shoulder, and the arm, one of the arms have crumbled down and kind of lie in a rubble around the base of this area. Only the legs, waist, and one of the arms and the weapon remain.
Interesting.
And it looks like there's something it's a building. There's an archway inside there, but it looks like shattered, but rubble's kind of covering it all. But Turiani has flown around, and it looks like there might be something inside the building, a room or something else going on there. Number 6 is a water green with algae partially fills this 50-foot wide cistern that's kind of dug into the earth. Looks to be about 30 feet below ground. The surface is definitely from the top there. And the remains of an aqueduct that comes from a point higher off the bluff are still visible, but most of it has fallen into ruins. As you can see there, that was an aqueduct that fell down into a cistern there. Number 5 is what looks to be a large semicircular amphitheater built into the side of the bluff, takes advantage of the natural rise and the acoustics of the area. It is structurally sound, though a few weeds, shrubs, and small trees grow up in cracks between the stones. And then you see what looks to be some statues or something in the side of the cliff there. The structure isn't so much a building as it is a facade built into a bluff. 2 alcoves flank an opening, and life-size statues carved from the stone stand within each alcove. A pair of dwarves in full regalia, perhaps as honor guard. The statues are badly weathered and have suffered damage from vandals and treasure hunters. And there looks to be a small opening between the 2 of them.
Number 5 or number 7? Number
7. That was the one. Yeah, the 2. Yep. 3's a watchtower. 4's kind of a hall area, ancient hall, and there seems to be, though you can't, there is partially a roof here, but there looks to be doorways, and there seems to be staircases going down on each one of the arches. 6 is the cistern. It's got a bunch of water in it, about 30 feet down from the surface. There's an amphitheater at number 5, and like I said, 7 looks to be some type of opening in the side of the hill there.
Hey, Duff.
Yas.
6 would be the amphitheater and 5 would be the cistern.
No. Well, yeah, it does, doesn't it? The way they've got that,
That's
the way that with the swill, yeah, they've got it. They said X6. Oh, they do have it backwards. Oh wow, good call. Okay, the pins are okay. Nice catch there. The pins are off on the map. They're reversed. I did not catch that.
Oops.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm a mistake.
Play
Yeah,
test for the win.
it's okay. Yeah, just made me look bad in front of all my viewers. Thanks a lot, Tomb. Appreciate it. Okay.
It's not you. It's the module that was bugged.
Bastard. Someone give him a critical fumble now, please. Give him a death ray from a beholder. All right.
We'll just call it a critical humble.
Critical humble. Critical. Oh, now. Okay,
If
here
I'm
it
not
comes.
mistaken,
Here
Death
it
Ray
comes.
is a dex save, so
It's a charisma save, and you failed. Hey. Now, good catch. Yep, done backwards. All right, so yeah, so y'all are sitting there, and the owlbear is just kind of licking, cleaning itself, pulls a few feathers out. Hey, McCoolman, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Rejects. Just saw you hopped on the Discord server. We're in the middle of Princes of the Apocalypse with the Trolls R Us gang tonight. We will not be streaming tomorrow night. A couple of guys are at a funeral, death in the family, so we'll be off. We'll be back on Thursday night with the Deadbeats and a couple of new players, actually, going to be joining the group. So I hope to see everybody there, but we're not quite done here yet. All right, anyway, so that being said, all you know is that Gregos talked about getting there, that there, he says that he believes that to get opening Torhild Flametongue's tomb, which is the name of the dwarven overlord of this temple and all that, you've got to find 4 symbols displayed somewhere within the ruins.
Do we see anything on these arches?
An ancient hall from number 4. you talking about?
Yes, sir.
What the hell? Critical hit Mar and critical hit. Really? You're sitting at work and you're messing with my stream tonight. Stained glass, yes, some high stained glass windows that are mostly shattered can still be seen. Some of the collapsed Great Dome still sits in the top. More or less intact, though the doors seem to be smashed and fallen in. And set into each arch is a narrow doorway, looks like, inside the actual arch that leads downwards.
Oh, really? So it looks like it goes underground then.
There are you walk in, but there's a little archway. There are staircases actually in the arches. They to look like they go underground. And there are 4. There's a stairway in each arch.
I will share that with the party.
No, but cool,
I'm
man.
riding
This
over to
is
the amphitheater.
Yeah, this is Fantasy Grounds. This is actually Roll20 is a web app. This Fantasy Ground is a true application, so there are pros and cons. But we are a Fantasy Grounds Kool-Aid drinker, so to speak. All right. So yeah, that is okay. We're gonna reverse this. We're gonna say, I'm gonna put this over here. So you moving over to the amphitheater, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, amphitheater. I'm gonna look around for any kind of symbols and stuff.
Make me a perception check, please.
You want it tower or straight up?
Straight up.
I'm blind. I got dirt in my eye.
Yeah, you are. Let me put this. That's in the emphasis. All right.
I'll search this area in front of me here.
All right. You do not. You other than what I just kind of read out, that it's just a natural. It's built into the bluff. It's structurally sound, and there's just weeds and shrubs, small trees. Hasn't been used for ages. That's all you can really tell. Let me see where Nilly's. Okay, so yeah, you're getting close into that one, and like I said, the owlbear actually kind of lifts up, and you kind of see it. He is not interested in anybody, and he looks. He kind of sniffs up toward where Toomlock's at, kind of huffs and puffs, and then he looks like he's kind of making his way on a way, and you look, and there's remnants of robe and some other clothing from your one said wizard that was fled the scene, and there also was what looked to have been a wand or something like that, but it's been snapped in two and gnawed upon, probably not usable anymore. Yeah. So
Used it as a beacon.
It was a toothpick that he was using. All right, and you're so yeah, you kind of search around. Give me a perception check. Anilius, please. All right, yeah, you're looking. You see definitely a staircase that leads somewhere down into some chamber. Let me. Where's my tokens again? Do I have letter tokens, please? Yeah, I do.
Oh, letters kind of give it away.
No, yeah, derp. Yeah, I probably should have numbered them, but it was going to confuse me. So I used some random letters. So you have no idea what they mean. Anyway, yeah, there's something that's
Eighth.
Yeah, a with. So anyway, Looks like there's a staircase going down. Actually, in the arch, it's very small, but it's you're half. How big are you? You're a half elf or full elf, aren't you, Anilius? I forgot. Yeah, you're gonna be. It's gonna be hard for you to get down the staircase. You can, but it's gonna be very compact for you to. This is a dwarven staircase.
Do I find anything interesting in
Sarah,
number
let's permit you
3?
that.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Cass.
Is there anything interesting in number 3? I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw something moving.
It looks like there is another. Looks like there's a stairway that looks like it actually goes up into the torso, but it suddenly stops where things kind of shattered, and you rummage around a little bit, and there's nothing. You don't really you can't really see anything, but at one time it looks like you kind of could descend up into the statue. Maybe it was a watchtower disguised as a large statue.
Ah. All right. Well, I'll get back with the party then. And
Mar, crew, y'all just kind of sitting around watching?
Mar's a little upset his dinner walked away.
I was just getting ready to say Mark's probably trying to figure out where his dinner went.
That's right.
Krukash doesn't see any statues of bears, so I don't think he cares.
And Cyberseeking, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
caused the scent of cheese rolls to come across the breeze across his nose in the other direction.
Cheese rolls. All right, guys, what else? We're waiting.
Well, I go back to the group and tell them I didn't say anything in the amphitheater because I had dirt in my eyes, so they might want to check that out.
I'll check out the amphitheater.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. Yep. Nothing there.
So none of them can fit down those stairs in the arches, right?
A dwarf or smaller creature.
I'm not going alone. There is that seems to be opening in that number 7, so I think we should head there, I guess. If we don't find anything else out here. Can we get to number 5, or is that like up a cliff face?
It's going to take some time to get up there, yes. Turiani's flown it, and other than the water there, definitely is extensive waterworks area. But that's it. Nothing, doesn't seem to be anything else there. The remains of an aqueduct that come from a higher point up the bluff are still visible, but most of it has fallen into the ruins.
Alright, I'll go back to the group and I'll say, I guess let's head to that opening between the 2 dwarves over there.
All right. So we move over to 7, and yep. You kind of peek into the, from where you're seeing, it looks just like there's an opening that leads into a hallway.
Before I move over there, is there anything to be found in this area around 2?
Around 2. The remains of a humanoid mage. That is it. Great arch is half demolished, but what remains suggests that it was once great blocky edifice carved with ruins, most of them too weather-worn to be deciphered. Beyond the arch stands the crumbling shell of once impressive hall, and to its right the lower half of a monolithic statue. And there's some, like I said, there's definitely some ruins that were in and out, that were carved into all that, but they're unfortunately unable to decipher anything about them. And there's a little blood on the arch too. And you have that's it. What you guys see so far. It says,
All right.
where are the symbols? It's without the symbols, we'll never get into the tomb.
I don't know. We gotta figure out AEWF.
Oh, no. And the owlbear wandered off.
Is it dark inside this cave?
Very much so.
All right. Would anybody like need a torch or? I don't even think I have the light spell.
Krukash
Yeah, I
has
don't-
torches.
I have 2 lights. I have a drift globe, and I can cast light myself.
Krukash was like the new loincloth that glowed brightly.
Done.
He doesn't know what everyone else wants, but he's probably strutting around now.
All right, so what's doing? Sorry, I was not paying attention. My bad. Are we entering?
Yes.
Before
Krukash.
we enter, I want to make sure these statues are statues and not creatures that are stonish.
Roll me a perception check in the tower. You see definitely chipped stones from, some of the arms and bodies, and moss grown on a few. They look very stonish.
So it's either really low or really high. All right, so I guess we're going in.
You tell me. What's our light source again?
Krukash's fancy supple leather loincloth is now glowing quite brightly.
Oh my god.
He's got that, and I got a orb that glows.
Yeah. All right. So you see a hallway that kind of extends back about 60 feet or more, and it comes to a long staircase that begins to go down into darkness, and it looks like it goes way down.
I'll send Triani ahead using her dark vision.
Yeah, and there's landings positioned about every 20 feet. As she hits each landing, there's a small alcove that holds a stone brazier, but it looks like they, but haven't been lit in many years. And it just, and it goes on, how far is your reach with her?
Let me double check on that.
Bama is not doing well.
As we're passing these braziers, I want to see if I can light them.
Oh, y'all are going
You
in
can stay
with?
100 feet in front of me.
Okay, so
With me having full connection to her.
Oh, there's no interference. I just if y'all are entering, that's a different story. I figured you were just sending her in as you know deal, but yeah. So you can, and she's going on. There's 100 feet or more. You're hitting these things every 20 feet, and it's going down and down and down. McCoolman, website for Fantasy Grounds. Is that what you're asking me for? Give me a little bit more on your question.
Probably Roll20.
It's Roll20. Well, so Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds Roll20 has a free version, and Fantasy Grounds has a demo version of the application that allows you to use it to use the SRD rule sets to look at characters and learn part of the game. And you can actually run a good bit of the game with the SRD. But from there on out, if you want to do any more, you've got subscription services based on how much you want to use. I paid for the ultimate version, which allows me to, and you still have to buy all the books and all that too, but I'm allowed to, I can host my games and none of my players have to pay for anything. They can use the demo version and play and have access to all my books, all my stuff that I provide for them to be able to see while we're in game. And it doesn't cost them at all. I just paid a one-time fee and I run 4 sessions a week. And so I've got roughly 20, 25 players. What's the math there? Something like that. I'm not 21, 24. So, it doesn't cost them a dime. All right. So now she's floating down. And what did you ask me, Toomlock? You said something to me. Lockie.
As we're passing these braziers, I want to try and light them with my tinderbox.
You reach down with the flame, you'd light something, match you up, you spark up, and as soon as you touch one of them, every one of them lights up. Boom, 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 boom. And you see it go down, and Turiani's floating down. There's about 200 feet going downwards. Every brazier, every 20 feet lights up. And then you see what looks to be the bottom of the stairs is a landing into a room, and a brazier in the front of the stairs lights up, and looks like more of the room lights up. And let me position y'all on the map. 1 second. McCoolman. Yeah, go ahead, Toomlock. Sorry.
As the braziers are lighting up, I tell them, well, I guess we don't need torches.
No, you found out that you don't need torches. Let me get the map set right. And let's zoom in here. And I will start opening this up.
Crew Cash's loincloth still glows.
He's very proud of that. You know that. So, all right.
Yep.
Actually, I figured
I can put away the globe, though.
Okay. Oh, darn it. This does have a grid is on. Good. Okay. So from what y'all are seeing, and there's definitely straight ahead from where y'all are at is lit up, and the stairs open at last into a great hall filled with massive square columns about 25 feet thick that rise to a ceiling 30 feet overhead. Stone braziers stand at the intersection of the pathways in front of you, and every column serves as what looks to be like a mausoleum with an alcove carved into each side, offset so that the alcove takes up only the right-hand half of the facing. The alcoves once held stone effigies of the interdead. Many of the tombs have been smashed open, revealing the bones of the dead inside. The crumbled, ruined stonework of the broken effigies lie smashed to the floor. "Methinks we are in the right place," Gargosh says plainly, strolling past you into the room. "Somewhere in here is the secret entrance to the King Flametongue's tomb. We just have to find it." The floor, you can tell, is made with smooth cut stone, and Kaz is very impressed, as though he has stepped away, but he is, sees that this is definitely a crypt storing many, or what would have been many bodies of dwarves. And there are, like I said, each column holds 4 crypts. So you're seeing kind of what you're seeing as a column here, but so far, and stone slabs would have carved to kind of, with reliefs on them, and most of them, what you're seeing, the doors are open or smashed open, and so far, that's all you can tell. You see piles of bones and rubble and old leather armor, rotted, ruined, rummaged through, nothing of value, picked over. If there was anything of value on them, is no longer here.
So we have a map or no?
Oh, crap. Oh, I hadn't even sent it to you. What a dark.
I thought we were going with Theater of the Mind here.
Oh my God! Sorry about that.
I was going to work with that. I mean,
here I am just giving all this lovely stuff, and y'all like going, "What the hell is he talking about?" Okay, so yeah, there you go. You're at the bottom of the stairwell. Yeah, that's my dirt moment for the night, and yeah, the braziers are lit, and you see more lights coming off of, from where you're standing at, and there seem to be Yep, you have a 30-foot high ceiling. And Triani. Yep.
She'll start moving ahead. You get in a large, and you get in a large, and you get in a large.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets enlarged.
Nothing happens.
She'll peek around the corner. And she'll peek around the corner.
She's not hearing or seeing anything moving. Now she does find one of the tombs here is not open. And when she flies over here, whoopsie daisy. There is one not open here. Oh, quit. Oh, I hate when I do that. There. Let me just.
So what are those 5-foot things?
Those are doors that have not been smashed open.
Okay.
They are crypts that are still sealed. Now they're not sealed anymore. Now they're not. Now they're not empty anymore. It now has a new, fresh body. Oh, it's nice knowing you. Boop. Tomblock is no longer there. See, I don't even scare you guys anymore. All right, while Chigani's flying around, what are you doing, Tomb? You ran in there.
I'm gonna check the door.
What's not locked? It's a slab.
Oh, it's a slab.
It's one of the crypts. You can tell what you're looking around. There's slabs where they was covering up, the way the body and the casket or the coffin, whatever, would have been interred in there. would just seal it up. But this one hasn't been broken open.
I don't want to break it open, but I do want to open it up and look in there. I don't want to Krukesh smash it.
You should possibly maybe talk to the dwarf, maybe.
Hey, Kaz, can you come help me open this door?
He stepped away for a second. Well, I see some questions, or I see, no, it's free with the DM, Dove. You open spot to play with you. We're gonna have if McCool, that's McCool man asking that. Yeah, McCool. Make sure you're signed up on the Discord. Yeah, you are good. There'll be some announcements there. There's some stuff in the works. Right now the tables are full, but that's about to change. Make way. We got lucky and was able to take. Yeah. Subscribers at it's at certain levels and out there are announcements that they get when they come into the channel. Yeah. So I think one of the Game Wisp. I think on the Twitch page under subscribe shows some of the perks and all that you get. Anyway, so well, am I also, because you're one of the girls and you're contributing some of the stuff we got planned for you. You got an announcement and you help out on the channel a lot. So you're special. Unlike Dog. He's special.
Yeah.
Kaz, you made it back yet? All
yes,
right.
I'm back.
Okay, so Toonlock ran in and they just discovered that there are several crypts so far that have not been opened or smashed, and Toonlock ran up to one, but you know, understanding what you're seeing and being a dwarf and what's happening here, I just wanted to make sure you didn't have anything to say or question or concerns just because of this being a dwarven holy place, you know, of the dead.
If I haven't noticed him, I guess I wouldn't really necessarily be offended yet. And it depends on this place and what I know about it, really.
Well, it's a hall of the fallen. You know that every one of these stone areas, there's 4 crypts in each one of these slabs, and most of them have been desecrated and smashed open. But it's, you know, the stonework, the effigies are just smashed everywhere. The bones and the bodies, what's left of them, been pulled out and rummaged through. But several of them have not been opened. And I just, he ran off because Turiani is showing that there's a few that are still open. Unopened, and just in case you didn't want to have something to say about it.
Well, I think that after seeing all the other desecrated ones, I am so enraged now that I'm just screaming and slamming my hammer on the ground and yelling to Tempest, Why would you allow this to my brothers in arms? And I'm just kind of like in a rage right now. I'm not even paying attention to what he's doing.
Well, there, okay. Toonlock, you heard Kaz. He's having a fit.
I'm not trying to break it. I just want to see if I can push it aside so that I can see in and see if maybe there are these symbols that we're supposed to be looking for in there.
You'd have to get some help. It's pretty big stone facing to it. You could try to make me a strength check to see if you can.
Tower or straight up?
Oh, straight up. You're fine. Ooh, okay. You're able to crack one. Wow, you felt.
I'm not trying to break it. I'm just trying to slide it over so I can peek in.
Yeah. You open it up and there's nothing but bones from an ancient dead dwarf in there. That's all you see. Let me put it that way.
So no symbols or anything like that?
No, sir.
All right. I guess I'll slide it back closed.
Okay.
And I'll talk to the other dwarf who's not human and ask him if maybe the symbols that he's looking for, maybe they don't exist.
They have to. They're somewhere. We just haven't discovered them. Keep looking. He's just kind of wandered around past you, poking his head in, sniffing. They're somewhere. Have to be. My research tells me that they're needed.
What happens if I like walk around just kind of looking at the different desecrated things? Do I see anything of interest that could lead me to whoever did this?
Oh, looks like that this tomb has been hit several times. This has been something that, more than once has been hit. But it's a thorough ransacking.
Does Triani see anything more?
Where is Triani? I lost track of her. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Yep. I hate it when the map does that. I can't remember to turn on. Okay. Yep. All right, so well, Tumlock, you're seeing, and there's another one. There's Triani sees. There's another one here. All right. Whee! Bit! Alright, flies around. Nothing seeing so far.
I'm gonna
There's
walk
one.
over to Kaz.
Maybe a perception check, Triani.
Okay.
Alright. Triani flies and sees one more tomb over here to the north, the far northwestern corner. But something about this effigy looks different than the rest.
Okay, so I let everyone else know that.
Tomb, were you gonna say something or do anything, or?
Oh, I was gonna go to Kaz and tell him that we might need to open these carefully to see if maybe what we're looking for is inside. Not trying to desecrate, just to see if maybe this symbol that this other dwarf is talking about, maybe it's in one of these tombs.
Kaz, make me a perception check with advantage.
Well, as long as we do so with respect to the fallen.
That's right. Alright. The effigy on this tomb depicts a dwarven king in full regalia, clutching a stone scepter in one hand and pointing toward the floor with the other. Looking at the effigy, you can tell that there are no seams to the slab, that this is basically carved into, is that it's actually part of the actual, that there can't be a tomb here. Roll me, actually that's your perception. Yeah. So, you're looking at it and it looks like, that the scepter is a separate piece of stonework that actually can be removed from the Dwarven King's grip.
Interesting.
Looks to be about 2 feet long. The handle's about 2 inches thick. Looks like it's going to weigh something, maybe a nice little weight there.
I'll call the rest of the party to it, and we'll look at this thing.
And the scepter points to the ground.
Could I have any sort of knowledge check or something so that I could remember maybe what this could be, who this could be, or what that could be?
It just looks like a Dwarven king to you. You don't really remember much or remember what he really looked like over time. But it definitely looks like somebody of importance in the. It looks like a king to you in the effigy of this. So,
Well,
I'll pull the scepter out of the king's hand.
Yeah, I'll tell Tim about the scepter.
It weighs about 25 pounds. Yep, but nothing happens.
And then where the scepter was pointing on the ground, do I notice any kind of
Give me an investigation check.
hole or anything? You want that straight up?
Straight up. Yeah, I'll let you know one at a time. Yeah. There's something funny about the floor. The 20-foot square section of this floor looks different than the rest of it. Than the rest of the smooth stone found elsewhere in the hall.
I'm going to touch the scepter to the 20-foot section.
So you touch it, and clunk, and you're looking around some more what you're seeing is about a 20-foot long, 1 foot wide of stone slab that's been neatly fitted together into the floor. But drilled next to the southernmost slab of this section is a 2-inch wide, 6-inch deep hole.
I'm going to put the scepter in the hole.
All right. And yeah, the handle of it fits in to the hole. But nothing happened.
I'm going to kind of push and pull, tugging with the scepter, see if it moves the slab any.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to pull the scepter out of the hole, and I'm going to walk away.
And a Gargosh looks at it. This can't be right. There's got to be... And he goes, it's got to open up. This has got to be it. We found it. It's got to be. Where are the symbols? That's the only way we'll open up the tomb. I know it.
I hand the scepter to Kaz and have him look at it.
I will look at it for as long as it takes Toomlock to find the symbols wherever they may be in this tomb without desecrating it.
Yeah, it's just a stone scepter, and handle definitely fits into that hole, but nothing happens.
And there's no symbols on the scepter?
Nope, there are not.
Is there a ray of light that can come through and hit the scepter and then point on a map?
Put it on a yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nope.
Krukasher is happy to come and push his loincloth right next to the scepter while it's in there, see if that lights anything up.
Nope, it doesn't. And we have a conundrum wrapped up in an enigma. And we will hold for the evening. Dun dun dun.
Oh man.
We're gonna keep you guys in perplexion. I have no idea what's
Okay.
going on. Yep, we're gonna hold there. So because you guys got some work ahead of you, don't know what's going on here. So, all right, gents, we're good to go. Stick around. We had a little combat, didn't we? Yeah, we had those dwarves. I'll give you that XP here in a second. So we will hold for the night, folks. Anybody's got questions or stuff going on in McCoolman? I know you were talking about stuff. You can reach out to me in Discord. I can answer some other questions. And like I said, there's some stuff going on. I've teased it to some of the other players and all that, but we're getting close to opening up some gameplay to some people and some stuff that's going to be happening here on the channel. We're not quite there yet. The holidays kind of threw us a wrench. But anyway, we will not be playing tomorrow night. So check in with us on Thursday night with the Deadbeats. Guys, say bye to the stream and see everybody next week.
Thank you, stream.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care.
Thank you, stream.
All right.
And
Thank y'all.
gals.
Yep. Thanks, Amai. We'll see everybody later.